Okay, pieces and parts are out. R1 and R2, you're going to see, are a little bit different here. One's got holes that are, R1 has holes that are up and down, R2 has holes that are sideways. So we're going to take a look here. And we are going to use the R1 is going to go into the front area here, and we're going to use the shorter screws that are supplied to put that in. There's one and two. We're going to put the R2 on the rear, and this one faces in the down direction, like so. We're going to use the two longer screws. And remember, we had an issue with these longer screws earlier poking through here. Let's see if it happens on this one too, because these are long screws. I'm actually thinking I grabbed screws that are too long, because I see two other screws in here. Let's measure these up. Nope. They're all the same length. Okay, never mind. Put these in, get them screwed in. Listen to a little Led Zeppelin in the background while we're doing it. These screws are long, it could take me a while to get them in. Not sure why they use such long screws on this, but hey, who's to argue? It's what the directions say. So we are using those longer screws. Almost in. There we go. Yay. Alright, now we're going to use the little inserts. The inserts that are centered. Ooh, good catch. The inserts that are centered, as you can see, are going to go into the ones that go up and down. So that's going to be into the R1s. I'm going to insert them from the back. Like so. And then the ones that are offset are going to insert from the back here, and we're going to make sure that they are offset to the inside. Just like so. Come on, there we go. How do you like them apples? So we're offset to the inside, and there's no offset on the front. And that is the first part of step number 11. Now we're going to install the A-arms, and it's going to be just like we did before. Let's orient this so that the cup is facing this way, and we're going to take our A-arms and put them on. I'm following the picture here so that the shock tower mounts are facing towards the cup. And at this point, we're going to slide it together, and we are going to put in our screws, which are actually a hinge pin. Come on, line up. There we go. Push that through like so. Do the same on the other side. Oops, bearing fell out. We'll get that in a minute. Push those through. Going to back them up with a nut. And again, make sure that you don't tighten these too tight so that they bind. You want to put them in just so that the nut touches. Okay, I'm going to keep an eye on that and watch till it just touches. And at that point, we want to make sure that we don't have any binding. Tighten up the other side. And again, we're going to watch this until it just touches. Make sure that there's no binding. Okay, ladies, that is step number 11. Now we can get rid of the revised direction and get on with our build. And again, we had some stuff fall out here over the process of our build. We're going to put it back together now. Cups back in. And we're going to get everything set for the next step. On to step 12. I didn't want to waste your air building more turnbuckles, so we built our turnbuckles. Again, there's a live diagram here, shows you exactly how long to make them. So we'll put those in. We will get started here first off by doing a couple of things. We got all of our pieces and parts out that we're going to need for this. We're going to grab our suspension from the front, and there's a reason that we're doing this. We're going to put that just like it's pointing to the front, and this one just like it is in the rear here. And the reason that I'm doing that is we're going to revisit the lines that we have on the turnbuckles, and they are faced all in this direction. So that is the way that we are going to install them on this one. So again, every time that we make an adjustment on one, it's making the same adjustment on all four without having to figure out which direction you want to go in. Just a little trick. Okay, so what we're going to do now is take one of our dog bones, and we're going to pop that little puppy in here. Get that all going. It looks like they want us to mount these in the center hole and then to the outer top. So what we're going to do is put this one into the center hole. And again, let's make sure our line on here is pointed in this direction, or whatever direction your other ones are in, so that they're all the same. Looking at the directions, we're working from the rear of the vehicle, and I'm putting these screws in backwards, and that's for a reason. We've been reading that if you want to adjust those, it's a lot easier to get to them from the back of the car than it is to the front of the car. And I think I saw that on RC Short Course. I try to do a lot of reading. I'm going to put that screw in. We're going to wait to tighten it up. And this unit here is going to mount to the back. And we're going to use the upper outside hole. Is that correct? Upper outside hole. There we go. Take a quick close-up here. Upper outside hole and center hole. Back that up with a nut. Tighten them down. Don't want to over tighten them. Make sure your dog bone is set in. Make sure all your bearings are in and your cup is in proper. There should be no binding when you're done. And everything should turn freely. I'm going to go ahead and repeat this process on the other side. Pretty straightforward. Again, we're going to watch our line on our turnbuckle. Go to the upper corner, outside, into the center hole here. Moving right along. It's a rainy day here in Northern California, just outside of Napa, where we're located. It's a great day to be building, because we can't be out running. If you like the build, you can help support us by buying your bearings for any RC car at FastEddyBearings.com. This stuff isn't free, so it does cost us to build, and it's nice to have a little bit of support from people that enjoy it. All we ask is you buy a great product for a good price, and it will help us. That dog bone came out. Look at that. Very interesting. There we go. We're all set. Just make sure that there's no binding. This is what it's going to look like when you're done. And now we have two of them. We get to move on to the next step.